If you play The Sims for a while, I am pretty sure that you encountered the cowplant in the game. But just in case that you don't know how to get the cowplant, in today's video I'm gonna show you ways how to get a cowplant, how to get a cowplant berry, where you can get them, and what is the purpose of cowplant in the game and what you can do with the cowplant on your lot. Also, if you are new here, welcome. My name is Lucy. I love to play The Sims and I create the content related to The Sims franchise. So welcome here. And if you like The Sims or content related to that or gaming in general, because I have other videos on this channel too, please consider to subscribe to my channel if you find my videos helpful or entertaining. Thank you if you will do. Let me explain first what cowplant actually is. Cowplant is a plant that you can plant on your home lot and you will have to take care of it, same like you care for your garden in general. Compared to any other plants that you have on your home lot, cowplant is not harvestable unless you will interact with the cowplant in some specific ways. Some people see it almost as a pet for your household, and it does behave like that a little bit, so I can see that. And some people just like to have cowplant in their garden for a decorative purpose, but you will still have to take care of it. Otherwise, same like any other plants, it will just die. But if you want to know the main reason why most players do have a cowplant at their home lot, it is because it can make your sim to be immortal, and I will talk about it a bit later. Apart from that, you can also get an emotional cocktail from your cowplant, and I will also tell you how to do that later in the video. Growing a cowplant is also one of the steps for the aspiration of botanists, so you will have to do that if you want to finish this aspiration. Let's start with the most commonly asked question related to the cowplant, and that is how to get a cowplant. Cowplant grows from a cowplant berry, and there are actually many ways how you can obtain a cowplant berry. I'm not gonna show you all the ways how to get the cowplant berry, but I will show you ways how you can get it in a base game and some other ways how you can get it if you own some expansion packs. First base game friendly option is to grow a cowplant berry by grafting different plants, and I will tell you which one you will need to harvest and graft together. For this step, you will need to have gardening level at least at level 5, because we will have to take a cutting of the plant and you will have to graft plants together. So once you have level 5 of gardening, travel to Willow Creek and look there for a strawberry plant and also for a snapdragon plant. You can usually find these plants all across the base game worlds, but the easiest one is, as I said, in Willow Creek, and if you will go to this kind of community garden that they have there, you will find a strawberry bush or plant there, and you will also find a snapdragon plant. If you have the season's expansion pack, you may have to wait for a certain season when you can harvest these plants, because you will have to plant them at your home lot. So you will have to harvest the strawberry bush or the snapdragon bush. One of those two will work, because then you will graft them with the other one. You can harvest strawberries only in spring, and you can harvest snapdragon in spring and fall, so if you are not in the right season, you may have to wait. If you have a base game only, that is not a problem for you, because you are not affected by season changes. Once you locate the strawberry bush and the snapdragon flower, take cutting of them, and again, as I said before, you will need a gardening level 5 for this. So take cutting of both of them. Well, technically you need cutting of one of them at least, and the other one will have to grow in your garden. So for example, if you are able to harvest strawberry, then you will have to plant the strawberry, and then you will have to take cutting from snapdragon flower, or if you have a snapdragon in your inventory, then you will have to take cutting of strawberry bush. I prefer to take cutting of both, so I have an option based on what I have growing in my garden. If you don't see an option to take cutting from a certain bush or a plant, you will have to wait for them to mature. And then you will have the option to take cutting. When you will be back at your home lot, you can see that I am planting the strawberry, but you can also plant the snapdragon because snapdragon grows in fall and spring, so you will have 2 times per year a chance to harvest it. If you don't have a seasons expansion pack, you don't have to worry about this. This is fully grown strawberry bush, and now we will click on a graft option and we will graft it with the shoot which came from the snapdragon. But if you planted snapdragon, then you will graft it with the shoot which came from a strawberry bush. Just make sure that you are combining snapdragon with a strawberry or a strawberry with a snapdragon. Once the grafting is done, you will see that the plant will change its shape and also the status. Now it says if you hover over it that it's a spliced plant, and it tells you that it bears a strawberry, snapdragon and the dragon fruit, which is another step closer to a cowplant berry. Based on what you own for The Sims 4 as expansion packs, we could also skip this step and go for grafting snapdragon and a dragon fruit directly, but I am including how to get this from the very scratch. So strawberry bush with the snapdragon, and then when you graft them it gives you the dragon fruit. After we will grow dragon fruit, we will harvest it, and then we will grow dragon fruit and we will graft it with the snapdragon, or we will graft snapdragon with the dragon fruit. If you own a seasons expansion pack and if you don't want to be affected by weather, you can grow your plant indoors, and I would recommend that for the faster results. If you have base game only, you don't have to worry about this step because you are not affected by different seasons. It takes a bit of time to be able to harvest the dragon fruit from your grafted plant, but once you have it, make sure to plant it because we will need to graft it with the snapdragon, as I said before. Also, it's recommended if you are growing your plant indoors for a dragon fruit to have at least the height of your walls at the medium height. If you grow it outside, you don't have to worry about this. My dragon fruit finally grew to the stage that I can graft it with a spliced shoot of snapdragon. So click on your dragon fruit, select the option to graft, and choose the snapdragon spliced garden shoot. Your plant will change one more time, and now you can see that it will bear dragon fruit, cowberry and snapdragon. Now it's just a waiting game until the moment that you will be able to harvest the cowberry. So click on your plant, select an option to harvest harvestables, and you can see it says that we can harvest dragon fruit and cowplant berry. And now once you harvest it, you will just go to your inventory and you will see it there. Let's talk about the second option, how you can get the cowplant berry, and it's probably faster option than through gardening because this way you can get it almost instantly. Travel to Oasis Springs and go to Desert Bloom Park. Once you are here, look at the location where I'm heading and go there with your sim. We will just follow this road and go to the very north corner where you are able to fish in this little spot. This is option how to get the cowplant berry through fishing, and it almost guarantees you to obtain one. It's just all about the luck. You don't need any specific level of your fishing skill. As I said, it's pure luck. So if you're lucky enough, you can catch the cowplant berry very quickly. Be patient, it took my sim a little while to get the cowplant berry this way, but it's definitely faster than through gardening. This is not the only spot where you can try to go fishing for cowplant berry, because you can definitely go fish to Forgotten Grotto or other spots. And if you don't know how to get to Forgotten Grotto, I have a video where I'm explaining how to get to secret lots in The Sims 4, so you should definitely watch that too, because there are many places where you can actually fish for the cowplant berry. Another very fast way and the guaranteed way how to get the cowplant berry is if you own a City Living expansion pack to travel to Spice Festival. Once it's the right day to visit the Spice Festival, click on the festival info and travel there. Once your sim is there, find this planter which is close to the stable with the spicy food challenge, and you will look for this specific bush which doesn't carry any name, but you can harvest a cowplant berry from that. So this option is the guaranteed option how to get the cowplant berry, and you can only have it if you own city living. If your sim has level 10 gardening skill, you can also click on your computer and select option to order and purchase seeds. Then you can buy rare plant seeds, and if you're lucky enough, when you open them, there can be a cowplant berry in them as well. Or at least dragon fruit, so you can skip the part in the beginning through grafting to grow the dragon fruit, and you can just plant the dragon fruit and then graft it with the snapdragon to get the cowplant berry. But as I said before, you can be lucky enough to get the cowplant berry through this pack of rare plant seeds directly. No matter which way you decided to go to get the cowplant berry, now let's proceed to plant it and grow the cowplant. So as you saw, locate the cowplant berry in your Sim's inventory, drag it on the ground, and then plant it the same way as you would do with any other plant. Once you plant your cowplant berry, water it, and you can also select option to fertilize it if you want to, but I will just water it, and now we will have to wait for our plant to grow. I planted my cowplant berry on Monday and it was fully grown on Friday. So it definitely takes a couple of Sims days to grow and you have to be patient, but once it's grown, there's time to play with the cowplant. We will have to take care of our cowplant, and the most important bit is to feed your cowplant. You have to make sure that your cowplant is not starving, because otherwise it can become dangerous to your sim, and not only to your sim, but everyone who you have in your household, and also to your visitors. So make sure that you will keep your cowplant well fed, and you will have to feed the cowplant every 12 hours. Otherwise, you will have to face the consequences which come with that. If you will see a piece of cake sticking out of the mouth of your cowplant, make sure to feed it. This is a sign that your cowplant is hungry and it can become really dangerous. So feed your cowplant, unless you want to feed the cowplant with something else, and that something else will be you. If you will decide that you want your sim to eat the cake, this is what's gonna happen. I know the cake looks delicious, but you look delicious to your cowplant. If you see, my sim has energized moodlet, and that is something which we will pay attention to. If your sim will be eaten for the very first time by the cowplant will return them back, and they will feel uncomfortable and dirty, so they will have to take a shower. But they will also have this drained moodlet. And this is something that we will have to pay attention to, because if your sim will get eaten one more time during the period that they have drained moodlet from being eaten by a cowplant, they will die, and that's something that you probably don't want, unless you want to do that on purpose. This moodlet lasts for 2 days, so make sure that you will keep your cowplant well fed and that your sim will not eat the cake during those 2 days. If you notice this detail, the cowplant now has full udders and we can milk it. So if you want to milk the emotion that your sim had at the moment that they got eaten, we can do that. If you remember, my sim had energized moodlet, so whatever she will milk right now will have energized effect on her if she will drink it again. This is a gameplay feature, how you can basically get any kind of essences of moodlets, and you can definitely play around with that if you have different sims in your household. If you will get them to a moodlet that you want bottled, You can do it and you can eat the cake. Just make sure to not eat the cake twice during the time that your sim has the drained moodlet, unless you want to get rid of them. Purely for the scientific reasons, I decided to add another sim to my household, which happens to be an ex-boyfriend of my sim, and we will definitely not let them being eaten by the cowplant, or will we? This is a little trick for you. If you want to add another sim to your household really quickly and you don't want to go through the options to add them normally through like interactions, you can shift and click on them and add them to the family. So now is the time for our Johnny to eat the cake for the very first time. Autonomously, your Sims will avoid to eat the cake when they have drained moodlet on their own. But if you will make them to eat the cake once they are still in the drained moodlet, you will see what happens. Our testing subject is now approaching the cowplant and eating the cake for the second time. And that is the moment when the Grim Reaper appears on the scene and taking our Johnny to the other side. As you can see, the others are full, and now we will be able to milk something else. Our Johnny is gone, but we will make a good use of this. Let's milk our cowplant again, and I'm gonna show you what you will get as a result of our scientifical sacrifice. This is essence of life, and it is an essence which will make your sim to be immortal if you will continue with these testing subjects to be sacrificed to your cowplant. Here you can see the life stage of my sim, and she would turn to the adult from young adult quite soon. So let's locate the essence of life in our inventory and drink it. Now let's check the stage of her age one more time, and you will see that we were reverted to the very beginning of this life stage. If you remember, I said that you will have to feed your cowplant twice per day, every 12 hours. If you will forget about it, it won't take too long and your cowplant will die. And that is definitely a sad look. I know that some people like that as a decoration, and I can see it for some spooky house, for example. But if you don't want your cowplants to die, make sure that you feed it every 12 hours. Because my sim has the highest level of gardening skill, I can revive the cowplant. So I can select the option to revive it and pay 100 simoleons. But what will happen is that it will basically revert that life stage of a cowplant to the very beginning, and we will have to grow the cowplant from the beginning, but we will not need to obtain another seed. Because this revive option will give us a cowplant berry. Then you will just plant it as we did in the beginning and you are good to go. There is also another option how to get the cowplant. However, it's not exactly the cowplant you have seen. It is undead cowplant. So click on the button with your aspirations and go to rewards store. Once you're there, scroll down all the way and find option of undead cowplant. You can buy it for 3000 satisfaction points. And once you will do it, it will appear in your household inventory. So enter the build mode, open your household inventory, which is the box at the very bottom, find this cowplant and place it on your lot. You can see it looks slightly different. It's more of a ghost of a cowplant, But the benefit of this one is that you instantly have the cow plant and you don't have to grow it from the seed. You don't have to get the seed. You just get it through your reward store if you have 3000 satisfaction points. This cow plant behaves exactly as our previous cow plant. You can pet it, you can play with it, you can milk it. If it's hungry, it will change its color to red. So you will still have to feed it unless you want your sim to be eaten by the cow plant. And you should just naturally take care of your cow plants in general. I believe this video answered all your questions about cow plants and how to get them, how to take care of them, and what are the benefits of them in the game. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please consider to subscribe and also give this video a like and comment down below if you play with cow plants, because I generally don't, but I find it as a funny way how to spice my game up. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that I will see you in some of my other videos. Bye!